And we're back, dear viewers. Okay, I've got a half a stroke here going on. We're back for game 2 of tonight here at the ESLOL 2nd Division broadcast. Let me reintroduce right off the bat. QG still by my side after this wonderful first game. How are you doing?
I saw double.
What do you mean?
You know the Spider-Man meme?
Oh yeah,
Wait, do I actually need to show to you?
and I'm showing
Yeah.
whatever over here. And, yeah. What game 1? Full clear
yeah.
esports had a really good start. Well, not start, but they were able to pick it back up at some point, right?
Yeah, the Gallop triple kill he got, he kind of controlled the game after that, and then did 1 or 2 mistakes, and Rift got ahead again, so they were even, and then they got ahead again. That's also what Grizzin told us. He said they didn't want to pick these scrappy fights. They didn't. The jungle, the dragon wasn't that of a scrappy fight, but they tried to focus on one, and then Nomad just ult over the wall, and they were like, ah, damn. And then the Shin Sao comes with the AoE, and then just they're gone, and he got the stacks, and he got the kills, and he got the gold, and he can roll more. But yeah, Gallop played the very squishy Shin Sao build. The I was saying Hurricane, but it's the Hydra into the Blade of the Rune King and into the Eclipse. That's the Assassin with the Hail of Blades. That's very greedy. And also, if you get ahead, you're very strong. But if you fall behind, you're very weak. And it was pretty easy to kill him with the CC they had, because he couldn't hit the ult and get everyone away. And the Philios just Gale Forced in, and then Gallop was dead, so the damage was gone.
Yeah. Well, first game done. Now we're gonna head into the second very soon. We have the JÖRMUNGANG going up against NXT, and to give you maybe a better idea how that could go out, we're gonna take maybe a look at the current standings, which also contain results of the match just now. We can still see ESLOL still at the top here, just followed by Full Clear Esports. Next, sharing this third spot along with Aurora, which are going to play, of course, against JÖRMUNGANG, which are at the bottom of the ladder currently, as we can see, with Once Upon a Team above them, along Pertinax and Dynasty at the 5th place. So NXT technically going in as a favorite, but I think JÖRMUNGANG, they had a really hard time to start off into this league. And it seems like they're slowly getting the hang of it and getting the ball rolling here. So I think we can still be left with a lot of surprises coming from them.
Yeah, and you still want that second win as JÖRMUNGANG, and I think they play good, but they don't finish their games. Like I always like to say, it's such a dumb phrase, but they are ahead until they aren't. It's always these you know, the things.
Facts.
Yeah, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
If you're ahead and just lose a fight, you're not ahead anymore. And that's the point I want to point out. And there we have the Ziggs ban. And yeah, and NXT is also playing again with their full roster. If I remember correctly, their new roster, they changed some players, but I think this is their main roster because the last week they played with some substitutes into the jungle.
Yeah. We have the
no,
Draven
it
ban.
wasn't next. Sorry, I'm wrong. They played like this last week too.
Well, we have the Draven ban against Stan, who's already showed it quite a few times, along with the Zeri, most contested AD carry currently, and then the Yumi and Rakan ban. Samilio currently still open. And might be the pick for JÖRMUNGANG if they want.
Yeah, the Lilio. Last time we agreed on Lilio. The Lucian Lilio comp. Not Mulio because that's with with
Oh yeah, with Alistair.
Alistair.
Yeah,
Boo.
we did have that discussion. They're going to pick up the Maokai, the Treant. We've seen him last game as well. Shredded, and now next takes the opportunity. Meteor is still open. Pick it up. And along Nico.
And the
Ooh, I
Nico
love
was
that.
open.
I love those Nico games.
2 power picks going into next
Mhm.
hands here. And Maokai still also one of the
Yeah.
best junglers. And yeah, what are they going to look? Oh, they can still play the Lucian Nami, so Lucian Melio is not a thing. But what is German Gang doing? They're going for the Blitzcrank, and Draven is out. Would be a good combo with him. So there could be a Jin with the Blitzcrank is pretty good. Can root someone up after that, after the knock up, so he can flash out. Rakan is gone, and there's the Jinx. Works also. And what is next going to pick?
They
Are they
might be
going for Delusion? Or are they going for another thing?
Yeah, might be. I mean, we've seen Stuffless, I think, already once or twice on Illusion. It's not a champion that's unknown to his repertoire, so to say. Fits well with the milieu we've seen.
Yeah, and there is it. There it is. We call it out. It's the
The the
Lilio.
Lilio, we said. Oh god,
Lulio.
Lulio.
Lulio
Ooh,
sounds
Lulio
better.
sounds good as well. Yeah, Lulio, I like that.
Or we can
Lucilio.
also Lucio, just from Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
No, let's just call
Let's
it the
break
comp
it
Lucio.
down.
Let's break it down. That's better. The Lucio, I like it. It sounds better than Mushin, and I can also call it Mulan, but it doesn't
That
think.
worked well. Anyway, so a few bands. Darius band coming in. German Gang did hover the Darius as well at start,
Yeah.
so they might have fumbled with that. Cassante
And also,
band.
yeah, Kisante, the strongest top laner there is on this patch, and it's not nerfed in the next few patches. So it's still one of the strongest. We saw some good Kisantes on LEC. We saw some funny things. Adam dashed into the fountain with the enemy and died, so the shutdown is gone. And there's Syndra, that's also a good counter against the static shift builders, and also good against the Nico, because it has a bit more range with the QE. I still hate that champ since it's out. I think I'm banning it since 4 years or so. 5 years, always a ban. And there's the Javan for the engage.
Yeah,
And
for the
also
engage.
the lockup.
That was a use of the Nico flexibility, kind of.
Yeah, and also for the with the Cataclysm you can lock up the Jinx, because she can't escape and you can easily hit her with anything else.
Yeah, and it fits well with pretty much any of the abilities. It fits well for Melia, it fits well for the Nico. And, well, yeah, Lucian, maybe not specifically as much, but yeah, you keep the enemies constrained for the calling to hit them, so it still works pretty well.
Yeah, and it's probably not going to be a team. Maybe a Gnar wouldn't be that bad for German Gang. And they go for heavy front line. That's good. That's good. That's really good. The go button on 3 people here. And again, like the Rift loss, they have like the Jinx and the Victor to deal the damage. Before it was Aphelios, and this is also the beefy front line. Some go buttons into the damage from the Jinx and the Victor. And late game it looks pretty good. Their scaling is high, and then we have the Olaf against the Scion. That's nasty lane.
Yeah, and works well against all of the CC that German Gang have going. I mean, they have the Maokai, which brings a load of CC. Victor as well with the gravity field can be really problematic, and well, so does the Blitzcrank, quite a few CC. So his ultimate is gonna definitely be really strong in here.
And they also have the milieu against the CC that the German Gang has. So you can easily block the Nature's Root, and then just milieu hits R, everybody gets healed, and then you can still kite back. But next is missing go buttons. I see one or two. Olaf doesn't have a go button. Jarvan has. Nico has. If she's
Sneaky enough.
how do you if she's sneaky enough, but it's getting changed in the next patches. But also the Lucian also has a kind of go button with the ultimate.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's still a 1v1 poke thing, and okay, the enemy does a mistake, I just kill him. And Medio, who's just going to kite and kite with the fireball, kick, football player, and the shields, the range, the heals he has. But the Blitzcrank has to be very, very aggressive inside of the lane. So the Jinx gets actually ahead, but there the Maokai comes in. I really like the German gang's team fight comp more than the one from Next.
Yeah,
The Next looks kinda scrappy fighting, but you see in German gang's picked phase and banned phase, you just see what they want to do. They want to go in, and they want to get the resets on the Jinx. They want to get scaling with the Victor and the Jinx. They want to they have an engage, and they have a catch potential. So this is going to be interesting, Loic, what we're gonna see if these fights go like German Gang wants.
With Next answers well, because they've got quite a few tools to answer well. I mean, Olaf, par excellence, is like the champion. You engage on him and he's going to be able to react to it really well. His skill is literally made for that. Nico as well. If you engage on the Nico, but don't really find the purchase right, you're in threat of her ultimate, and getting back out of there, of that range, really dangerous. I think it's gonna be a game of chicken for a bit. Who is JÖRMUNGANG gonna look for the engage? Are they gonna do it? How are they gonna do it? And is Next gonna be able to answer to that properly? But there is one thing I really liked. I feel like Victor was kind of an answer to the Jarvan, right? Because they picked Jarvan and then the Victor came out.
No, it was the other way around.
I think
The
the
Victor
Victor
was the third pick.
is sure because they picked first and the second.
Oh no, never mind.
Taking phase.
They picked Maokai, Jinx, and Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't answering to the Jarvan. I'm sorry.
I really like that because now Next they have this one big, like Jarvan is their main engage potential, and they just have the perfect answer to it because, oh yeah, sure Jarvan is gonna Cataclysm on me, but I don't care that much. I'm just gonna put my stuff in the Cataclysm. Once I have Sonya's, I Sonya's, and it's his problem now, right? I really like that. Now, anyways, we're in game. JÖRMUNGANG going up against Next. And JÖRMUNGANG did look just like the Riftslovs before them on the same side for the potential hook here on the bot lane. Fortunately for them, no one of Next bothered showing to the party. Now they're just gonna set back and go to their usual ways of starting a game.
Yeah, and the you already know that they're invading with the Maokai and the Blitzcrank. And that's I really like the Maokai skin, just as a side note.
He's gonna start at the Raptors as well.
Yeah, like he doesn't need need help because of the Q monster damage buff.
Yeah, he's got plenty of AoE damage that works really well. And Maokai overall has a pretty healthy clear because of his passive. And that's also really good because you want to play around bot lane currently, right? And especially with something like a Blitzcrank, I mean, it's actually the same situation we've had last game. You have a support that can, if a nice hook lands, give you a free gank, and he's currently like walking towards that bot lane. So we might see a very similar start as we had before. And JÖRMUNGANG, look, they're letting Next slowly push here.
Yeah, and they want to be pushed in, so the Maokai can come in level 3. He also delayed his red buff to have it longer. and just have a bit more damage so he can gank.
Yeah, and they start to clear. They have to be careful there because if they have too many
There he
minions.
comes.
Yes, there we have it. There is vision, however, in the river, but they're so far ahead, he might be able... Yeah, here we
there
have
it
the
is.
flash, knock up. Softless is getting a lot of damage, but he's putting a lot of damage on Dan. Now we have joining in the Maoka, and yeah, that's first blood going to Dan for JÖRMUNGANG. Nice game of Oval.
Yeah, and that's what I said. He level 3. Oh, the counter.
Oh yeah, EQ in here, QTKT. But Dan is able to flash away, and now they turn the situation around with Paucity and Oval in the middle of it. Next, nice try, however, to pick up the kill on the enemy AD carry.
Yeah, and there was QT wanted to get back into that to just trade off some summer spells and also maybe get a kill because he was around. He even stopped doing his blue buff. There's some these top lane poking each other's out until the mana is gone.
Oh, and look at that on the minimap. They just keep that going. Oval is walking with his bot lane towards the lane. They just want another kill there. It's the same game plan as before. Like two games in a row, we have the same game plan. Have a Maokai jungle get that bot lane ahead.
Yeah, but they're also freezing, so Oval can just come and help them out. And QT is also bot lane, is probably going toward the dragon.
Yep, coming in here through the
There
river
it is.
as they engage on sides of next, but the Val is there. A lot of damage already falling on Softless. They have to be careful. Flashes away. Paucity is going to be the first to fall at the hands of KTQT, or QTKT rather. But the damage of Dan is already there. QTKT has very low, has to get on the turret, but lucky for them, Dan has no mana and is unable probably to use his fish bones.
Yeah, and there's Doofless just running around. It was really good from Next that they anticipated the gank here. Now they want to push, and they know that Oval is there. This is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, especially since Paucity is coming back. I mean, he's spawned, ready for some action, and yeah, they even interrupted the back. Try and look for something. Sapling is thrown out on QTKT. They have vision here. Hook is going to be incoming very soon, surely. No? Okay. They're able to distance themselves fast enough, luckily for them. And kind of diffuse the situation. But both junglers already putting a lot of energy here in that bot lane.
Yeah, and the dragon is up, and Oval still didn't do his blue buff.
Yeah.
So the
That's a rough one.
it's half the farm. Yeah,
That's a rough one because especially now QTKT has had a hold clear. His camps are respawning. His blue side camp is gonna be almost at the respawning before Oval even did his blue side even once. He's gonna be a bit behind in terms of rewards on that.
and he's just doing the dragon because he knows bot lane can't come because they lose a lot of farm and XP, and he just has the damage with the Iron Whip and the passive. And there's also Ninja Tiger is looking for Oval here, and he's getting squashed.
Yeah, getting caught here between Axo and Oval. Some damage on Axo, but he should be able to flee with his ghost. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and this is good for the early game. The Ocean Dragon is going to keep the Olaf healthy on the top side, so he's just gonna regen everything out. And for bot lane, it doesn't really matter. They are really strong in lane. They have more range. Poking. If they go in. And
yeah, very calm game now once again, with both junglers now taking a step away from that bot lane. Oval finishing his first clear, because we saw that getting too far behind on your jungling can also be problematic. I mean, that's what, albeit, there was the triple kill last game, right? From Gallup, but the fact that he also had this advanced smite and was far ahead in CS gave them the opportunity to actually get there. So Oval really has to keep in mind that he can't just not farm at all. Now we have him going back to the bot lane for lane gang, this time around with Axo, top lane as well. And I think they're gonna try to go for a tower dive here.
Yeah, Exo is there, has to TP up. And when you hear the trains, when you hear the train or the car word and then the dive, then you know what's up. There it is.
Yeah,
You
here
don't know
he
where it
comes. With the flash coming in and it hits. Now we have a lot of damage falling on Stofflis, and that's the second kill going to GMGG Sedan. In the meantime, Ninja Tiger on the top lane is able to get at the turret counter. I tried to find an angle on Drust, but he drops the Maelstrom first. Yeah, with the TP, Axo gets back in lane just in time to not allow Ninja Tiger to get too much platings. Hang on, find time. In the meantime, QTKT does the Herald.
Yeah, and QTKT is reacting really good to these plays. He got the Ocean Dragon for the dive. He got the Rift Tower, so they push bot side a bit, so they can get at least 2 platings for Stoofless, who has kind of hard time with Ovali camping bot lane. We can say, but that's pretty normal if we play Blitzcrank Maokai with Jinx. It's almost the same as before with the Nautilus and the Maokai and the Aphelios. It's the same playstyle but different champs. Just hook someone and then Maokai comes and does his things. Now you see them pushing in.
Yeah, Katie just around the corner. Both junglers actually very close to the bot lane. But yeah, I think he's gonna actually go for his full clear, it seems. Just towards top lane. Raptors are also up. I think his Grux shouldn't be taking too long either. What's here? Oval coming in.
Oh, they don't know that Oval is bot. Oh, now they see him. But QTQT is here. Or maybe he has flash. Level 7. Markers at Croc, so they don't want to push in because they know he's here. Yeah. And they just want to freeze when their jungler is there. Oh, and there's again, Axo is again bot lane.
Yeah, ult is up now actually. That's to get opportunity once again. And run in a 4v3. Oh, they know that he's there. They decide to take it first. Engage. Now we have also Axo joining in with his own ultimate to add some damage onto them. First kill goes to Dan. That is against QTKT. And I think, yeah, they're going to go for the tower dive now. Stoffel is very low. Is going to get killed by Oval. And now Asplunk all alone on bot lane. Not going to be able to do much. In the meantime, Drust went to the top lane to hold the wave there. And
yeah,
can go mid.
German gang they are playing pretty good. They are doing the advantage with the Sion, and we can see the gold. Everything is on Jinx. It's perfect as it is. She's 1k 100 gold ahead. She has the Kraken Slayer finished. They are starting to fight for the first dragon, or their first dragon, or they're still in control. I don't think Next can compete that because the Jinx is so strong. And also, Drost has almost TP, and Axo doesn't have TP in his mid lane. This is perfect for German gang to set up the fight.
Yeah, I mean, cards are falling perfectly for them right now. As you said, they just had a big fight. They got a lot of money back. Drake just spawned, and yeah, just the perfect.
And Ninja Tiger has to move down because he doesn't have TP.
Yeah, and by the time he arrives, that Drake could very well be down, but they're going to look for the counter. Drust is TPing in here. Drake is getting really low. Who's going to get it? That's going to Oval, but they pick up the kill against a member of JÖRMUNGANG, and the fight is now initiated. Very nice ultimate here from Conrad. The second gets really low, however, but I believe they get the shutdown. Yes, and Dross also is down now. JÖRMUNGANG has to flee as Next is starting to mod alone with the rest of them. Axo now on the middle lane should be able to get away, however.
Yeah, and wow, what an engage from Conrad there. The triple knock up into the kills, and Dan was a bit too close. He wanted to kite away from the Olaf, but the Jarvan came in, knocked him up, and then we had Conrad with the triple knock up from the Nico ult, TPing top to secure some platings. And next they come back. They're ahead now.
Yeah, they're ahead in goal now, and this situation, it's really funny, isn't it? How similar it is to something we've seen like not too long ago. One team ahead with their bot lane, and then suddenly you have a jungler that picks up 3 kills in a river fight.
Is that a flashback?
It's a weird flashback, yeah, for sure.
It looks like it's a flashback.
But if Next is able to keep the pace going now with that, have a very strong team to now go into the next stage of the game. They are able to leverage that lead. They should be able to do some nice damage on JÖRMUNGANG.
And there's some platings for Axo. He's going for the Sunfire first. And Ninja Tiger is chasing. And can probably fight. Oh, and this doesn't look good.
Yeah, immediately drops the Ragnarok. Lots of damage falling to Axo. Once that's over, he's only able to use the Q, but he's gonna die first. Now Val joining in with the passive of Axo. They might actually make it. He's really low fleeing. Now we have Nature's Grasp coming in. Super Mega Death Rocket coming in. They're using it all, but the root is gonna land, and that's the kill going to Val.
Well, but that was a lot of time and a lot of ultimates forcing into that bot. There are no objectives in the ult timers, so it's fine for JÖRMUNGANG here, and also Ninja Tiger put down some pressure. There's a Rift Herald, or it didn't help. Yeah, so the Rift Herald is for Next again.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just because,
in the meantime, JÖRMUNGANG had no pressure whatsoever on the top side, and Next was like, okay, we're gonna put some deep wards. Use that opportunity to get the Herald. Second one going to them. The first one gave them quite a bit of gold in the mid lane, right? In terms of platings. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Next are really outplaying JÖRMUNGANG here. With the attention bot side, then just do a cross map play. But yeah, that's top lane, right? If you ever go to the 5th champ of in League of Legends, you're immediately punished by something cross map. So just keep away from top lane. It's a beach, like we always tell you. Just don't go there, and just ignore it. You can actually say top lane is like a second jungle, but a farming one. It's PvE with one touch of PvP.
Yeah, they actually have the full PvE experience there. Meanwhile, junglers, they actually have the true PvP experience in comparison, so...
Yeah! And Lucian and Dan, or Sufles and Dan, they are almost at the same level of damage wise. The Kraken is there. I think Lucian can proc it easier than the Jinx can.
Especially this early in the game. Jinx is gonna have a hard time doing that. Ooh, Cutie Katie here. Looking for the aggression. Gonna drop Herald. That should be finishing up the turret. And that gives Next a good angle because we have Ninja Tiger on the flank here.
Yeah, we have Conrad with the minions. So
Conrad, the sus minion, is going to go in with the ult. Dan flashes just in time to get away, but they're going to go all in Cataclysm onto Flash on Dan to take him away. But no, he's still alive. Now he dies at the hands of Katie Cutie, and now Oval all alone. Is he going to be able to even get away? That's going to be a tough one. Stoffel is onto him with GTKT. He might be able to get the AD
Toothless.
carry of Next. He does get the
No.
AD carry of Next. But that's an ace going to Next.
Yeah, that's Toothless almost surviving there, but QT and Ninja Tiger just rolled over everybody. This is hard to play against. The Olaf is ahead, and the Jarvan is pretty tanky with the Goldringer finished. Now going for the Black Cleaver build. This is hard.
Yeah.
And Olaf is just ignoring and taking the tower.
Yeah, he's just finishing up turret. He knows. Once turret is down, I can just like auto attack Axel to death, and he's not gonna be able to kill me. I have ulti up. W also is gonna make him like unkillable with the lifesteal. He's fine.
Yeah. And also the healing with Meteor. I think they need some healing cut. The Cyan is not enough. Maybe the Victor has to go as a second item because as you can't kill the Olaf with the healing, and also with Melio and Jarvan. This will not be easy.
Objective bounties have jumped in for JÖRMUNGANG. That's the opportunity for them to find a foot back into the game. By taking down the turret or bringing an objective, but they need to get to the end. Currently Next, I mean, they're easily clearing the wave on the mid lane. Top lane is also naturally pushing, so it's really rough for JÖRMUNGANG right now.
Yeah, and they lost their early game. They couldn't get ahead with Dan having 3 kills. The Ninja Tiger was just and Dan
Yeah, we have another Cataclysm onto Dan.
Yeah, that's what I told you in the pick and ban phase. The Jarvan is just looking up Jinx. She can't get out. She doesn't have Gale Force, and then you have just Lucian killing with the hook.
And not a very nice ulti from Conrad, but in the middle of 3 members of JÖRMUNGANG. Yeah, that's gonna be a kill going to them. A minor setback, as one could say.
Shutdown too.
Some shutdown, yeah. But it's not QTKT levels of shutdown.
No, but it was a bit of gold. Yeah, and the Meteor has 10 assists. Yeah, well, well. This is not easy for JÖRMUNGANG.
And they're playing from behind. Baron is now up. I feel like both teams are resetting with maybe the optics of starting to go at it, and indeed, seems like all of Next are currently walking towards that top quadrant of the map. And JÖRMUNGANG, yeah, they do suss that out. Decide to also go there to set up vision, but this is dangerous. Next is already whole there as a whole team. Yeah, they can easily get that vision. They're really dominant right now as well.
And they are preparing for. Oh, and
Right,
Next is on
starting.
the. Conrad is a honey fruit.
Oh god damn!
Are
Oh
they taking
no!
the bait? Are they taking the
The
bait?
genius!
They did not take the bait.
That's the root coming in, the damage going in, but that's already a going to Next before JÖRMUNGANG joins in. And here we have another ultimate from Conrad. God damn! As he picks up another kill, and I believe that should be the ace for Next as they finish up Axe's passive. And with that, they can get a very nice push in. While the rest of them decide to do Baron. They're really low though, but I mean it's an Olaf, yeah.
Yeah, and I really hoped Conrad would kill somebody with the honey fruit, and it would be so funny. You would see that here, and I'm just getting pulled. They're just gonna leave with the Hex Gate. They're following. Flash, the TP.
Yeah, Conrad really low. Shutdown once again going to the Rust here. The enemy mid laner. And once again, nice shutdown money for JÖRMUNGANG. But nothing much more but a small setback for Next. As they pick up a second turret in turn as well, so... Rough.
Yeah, just really rough.
Yeah, I realized after I said it. The intent was to say rough twice, but it sounds like a dog, I know.
Yeah, it's really rough. That's hard. But yeah, well, what do German Gang want to do? The next is a step ahead of Cataclysm. But it doesn't look good. The Baron buff into these tanky members. Like, Olaf and John have 3 items finished.
Yeah.
Jinx still doesn't have the Gale Force and she's building it for like 10 minutes or so, it feels like.
Yeah, Nex is simply taking that tier 2 on the bot lane. They're just huddling together. Meanwhile, Ninja Tiger just takes the Drake. Soul point for them, but honestly, I have my doubts on that coming into play as Nex keeps the push going here on the bot lane. A lot of pressure on JÖRMUNGANG because of that. They do pick up that top lane turret, and with that, the objective bounty, but they're still 11k gold behind, which is a lot, but they're grouping out now, at least. Conrad is a minion.
Conrad is a minion, but they know he is a minion.
No, that's not. No.
No.
Look
No,
at him, that's normal minion
It's just
stuff.
a beefy. It's just a beefy minion, and it's not Baron buffed, so that's kind of scuffed too. And
Oh, yeah, we have a hook on Stuffless. That's a good opportunity for JÖRMUNGANG to maybe turn the tide around as they go all in. But yeah, we have Conrad once again, the 3-man ultimate. God damn it. God damn it. And yeah, now we have Ninja Tiger coming in from the mid lane and just mowing them down. And that's another ace probably. Yeah, Axel barely alive here. Should be falling very soon. Another ace for next. And I think with that, they should be able to finish game.
Yeah, and that's game for next. They just Conrad Stufles is going for debate, and he just says, "Yeah, hook me, concentrate on me." We still have Conrad with the Omega Burst there is, and then Ninja Tiger coming from the flank and just hitting you with the AoE access and the Hydra, and then you're just dead, my friend. And that's the game for next, and also the winning. Yeah, the win. They take it.
Next picks up the second win of tonight, 4th win for them over the split, I believe. And yeah, with that, they can keep up ahead in this upper half of the standings, of course. Which is starting to be important because we are hitting the halfway of the split. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have an interview ready for you of the winning team. Next is that team, of course, and I believe, yes, we have Conrad here in the channel. So,
guys, yeah, that was a fun game.
Yeah, hello, Conrad. Yeah. It looked like a fun game, actually,
especially for you.
Well, going into the draft, we thought we swap like Milio for Nico or Nico for Milio, and then they're both open, so we were like very happy with how that turned out. Yeah, I felt like the comp looked good. I don't know what you guys thought of our draft, but it felt like very easy to play for us. Also, they had like no dashes and stuff, so we could like really abuse like the Jarvan Nico engages.
Yeah, the Jarvan into the Jinx to lock her up and then just burst her down with the Lucian or the Nico was actually a pretty good thing to come up with that. You could also go Vi, but the Jarvan has more of an AoE lockup. And it was also good that for you guys that the Jinx fell behind in gold and had to go for the Gale Force that late, so she was easier to catch.
I mean, in the early game they were still a bit ahead. I mean, they did some like interesting dice with the sign and stuff. So, but then afterwards, she fell behind a bit. And but it felt a bit weird to pick Victor into like the Jarvan Nico because it's like immobile, and then they have like 2 vulnerable carries.
I think they wanted to go with the scaling, with the beefy front line into the scaling from Jinx and Victor, and I think you guys perfectly drafted against it with the pressure you had after the first or second dragon, because the QT just played around the bot camp just got Dragon and Rift Herald, so you guys got gold and stats
Yeah.
ahead, and it's kept you actually in the early game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The goal was to play around bot and like ignore top of it, because like Lucian Milio is so strong, and also the team fights. I think Nico is just like really strong at the moment. Like it's so hard to enter Dragon Asher like without being like ulted or being caught off guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
was
honey fruit.
wondering actually how is it to be a sneaky Nico? Because it's a very different playstyle from standard League of Legends. You have to play with that sneaky around. How does that fare?
Yeah, I'm not used to it because usually I play like control mages, sit in the back a bit, pick like Ziggs or Orianna, and like try to scale. So like it's for me, I don't think I played that well because I didn't have like a lot of practice on it. Like one time the blitz hooked me and I tried to block it with my W, but it didn't turn out well. And there was also another fight where I forgot the proto belt. But yeah, I think it's more about like crashing a bit less sideways and like trying to be a bit more sneaky, like making sure you can transform into something before a fight. Even like the thing with Nico is even if it's obvious you are a minion, like they still can't see if you're channeling your ult. That's what's like so strong about it. Like
yeah, that's the broken stuff about Nico that we don't want to talk about because it's for this patch it's still in. For the next one it's out.
Yeah.
You have a 0.5
Yeah.
timer to react.
Yeah,
Still
that's still like a bit less, yeah, because the channel is like I don't know how many. But like one fight, I wanted to change into a pink ward because yeah, you don't want to show the ult, but the pink ward had like no move speed, so there was a bit of a like issue on my part. Like all those small gimmicks, you should get used to.
Yeah, you have to know about it. And you have to take care if you're getting pinged as a control ward, you lose your vision. So you actually have to take care what you want
that's
to
what
pick.
I didn't see anything in the. I thought Nocturne was ulting. Now it all makes sense actually because there was no and my screen was like black. Yeah, that was really
Did you
weird
get
in the
pinged
game.
as a control ward?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
see it.
so.
Yeah, then you lost vision. It's a little bit of a bug, but
it's a really strange interaction. Yeah. I don't now that I think back about it, it's so strange. Yeah, but yeah.
I think we're on the time limit. Thank you, Conrad, for joining us for these few questions and for your insights.
Yeah. Thank you guys a lot for casting the games and the interview.
Always with a pleasure. And it's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you. And I'd say with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be heading into a second break for tonight in preparation of Game 3. So we'll see you in just a bit.